The Suitcase murder trial. Sarah Boone is the one that's accused of being that murderer. In fact, well, it's not really a question. She knows he was in the suitcase, and she was there. The question more so is accountability. Was this a premeditated murder? Is this something she thought about for a long time? I'm going to go kill him tonight under the guise of playing hide and seek. Or is this really someone who has the mentality of basically an 11-year-old, played hide and seek in a suitcase, did what an 11-year-old would probably do if they were drinking heavily,
Mhm.
and went and took a nap, and then realized, oh, God. Joining me to discuss, Siobhan Scott, psychotherapist and author. She's been on the stand now, which has been somewhat interesting. I've watched bits and pieces of it, and we've seen a lot of what we've been hashing out here for the past many a months, exactly as it has been. She put him in a suitcase, got the video talking to him and taunting him, fell asleep. What are we looking at here with Sarah Boone? Is this a cold, calculated murderer, or someone with probably a personality disorder and an age and a mind that's stuck in childhood?
Yeah, just the bit I've seen, I'm surprised at how cogent she's been because, some of the earlier hearings in court, she did not present very well. And I think, yeah, a drunk 11-year-old, I think you nailed it with that. That is certainly how it seems. It doesn't seem cold and calculating. They had this history of heavy, heavy drinking, previous violence. Does she have battered women syndrome, which is apparently, what the defense is claiming that justified this behavior? Some of that may fit for the jury
Hmm.
because what we know about battered women syndrome, people will have overreactions when they're presented that reminds them of something bad that happened in the past. And so will this be something that sticks for a jury? It certainly might.
Well, and if you look at the kind of the equation, if you mix battered woman syndrome in here with some sort of personality disorder,
Yeah.
which may over exaggerate things, and
Mhm.
make things far worse than they actually are.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense. What really stood out to me, and tell me your take on this, that defined all of this in terms of her mindset, was the pretrial hearing right before everything started, where she gives her rider basically to the judge, saying, "I'd like chips, I'd like 5 mints, I want a Pop-Tart, I want some candy, because I can't get it at the canteen, and I've made an agreement with the bailiff over here. He's going to get it for me. Is that okay?"
Mhm.
The judge is
Mhm.
like, "No, it's not
Mhm.
okay." That seems like something an 11-year-old would be thinking of. It's going to be a long day in court. I got to
Yeah.
sit here all day. I'm going to get bored. I better have some snacks. That's an
Mhm.
11-year-old. That's not a
Mhm.
40-some-year-old woman thinking.
Mhm. Yeah. Sometimes people are nuts and sometimes they're an odd duck. She's an odd duck.
Mhm.
And so many of her difficulties working with previous attorneys, this is what, she's went through eight, I think.
Yeah.
It's somebody she's not quite right. Or as they used to say about my crazy aunt with schizophrenia, she's not right in the head.
Yeah.
There's just a lot wrong with this gal, and you pour alcohol into a mix like this, and I'm sure the boyfriend, the dead partner, had a slew of his own personality
Sure.
problems, and you put two drunk people together like this, and you get a bad outcome. Surprise.
Yeah, I mean, what watching her is fascinating, because I mean, we've seen plenty of people that put on a show or act a certain way because they think that that's going to be best. If you watch her, the prism at which she's seeing all this through, her prism, her truth, if you will, she believes this shit. I mean, she believes
Mhm.
and it's a reasonable request. She believes it's reasonable to ask the judge for a Pop Tart and
Mhm.
5 mints. I mean,
Mhm.
everyone else is like, "You're on trial for murder. You're worried about mints, and you think like you're going to get empathy and sympathy from other people when the judge denies you that." She looks in the camera
Mhm.
with like a like
Mhm.
a wah wah.
Mhm.
It's like it was
Mhm.
like an SNL bit almost. If it wasn't so sad and scary, it like could have been. But that's how she thinks. She's thinking that's a reasonable request. So when you have
Mhm.
that mindset, there's a lot of other things that probably seemed reasonable as well,
Reasonable.
like taking a nap after you put your boyfriend in a suitcase.
Yes. Agree completely.
It's a twisted case. We'll see where this all lands. Again, I could see this being another one where it's going to be tricky for a jury,
Yes.
determining, truly what her intent was as we watch the Sarah Boone trial continue to unfold. Hey, thanks for checking out the video. Be sure to follow us wherever you download podcasts, and especially Apple Podcasts, where you can get advanced episode and premium content on our premium channel right there. Also, be sure to follow us on social media so you don't miss any breaking updates on the stories that matter to you most. We're on TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook. Just search Hidden Killers Podcast with Tony Bruschi, and you'll find us right there. Again, thanks for watching.